Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Steph and I'm just an ordinary plant girl. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. Today is a momentous day for me. 2 months ago, I ordered a plant from a company. I believe it's in Alberta somewhere. No, I was wrong. It's in Winnipeg. Anyway, I talked about it before. I had emailed them. I got no response. They would update their website. So the other day, coincidentally, and apparently I dream about plants, I had a dream that I had woken up in the morning. I went to my email to see if the package had been shipped yet, with every intention to send an email saying, just refund my money. Just refund it. It's been too long now, with no communication really. So in my dream, I opened up my email and in there was an email that said the package had shipped. So I woke up that morning and I felt like it was to the point where that's what I was going to do. I was going to email them and pretty much either get them to send out my package or refund my money. So it was strange because when I opened my email, I had an email from them that said that my order had been fulfilled. The wording was different, but either way, it said that my package was shipped. So I'm tracking this package like a stalker after that. And what came today? I feel like since the 2 months ago that I ordered it, it's going to have to be significantly bigger than it was when I placed the order. But before I get to this order, there was another one that I had ordered last month that I was waiting to come here, and it finally did. Actually, on that day that I found out that this was shipped, I got an email saying that these ones were shipped as well, and they got here in one day. It was supposed to be Canada Post. Was it? Oh no, it was supposed to be, I thought it was Canada Post tracking, but a FedEx truck showed up in my driveway, so that was fine. So anyway, I just wanted to show you really quickly, they've been on my Instagram and everything already, but I just wanted to show you really quickly the plants that I got in that shipment. And they came from a company called Rium. And I would like to say that they kind of specialize in Anthiriums. They have a lot of Philodendrons as well when they do their restock. But I was on there. I had been on there repeatedly for a few months, and I kept seeing there were 3 Philodendrons with no ID. And I saw them for months and everything, and nothing had changed. So I decided that I was going to order one of these Philodendrons with no ID, because we know how much I love a mystery. So in that package, I got this little guy here. No idea what he is at all. The leaves, I have to say though, that when it came to me, it was shipped in the moss, and the moss was soaking wet, and everything had actually come out of the bag. They had put the 2 plants in nursery pots in soaking wet moss in a Ziploc bag. But by the time I got them, they had come completely out of the nursery pots, and there was just, everything in there was wet. So anyway, I took them out right away. I wrung out the moss. This little guy, this little Philodendron, no ID. It had no tag, so they had no idea what it is. So I'm really interested in watching it grow. I've only had it a few days, but yet this leaf here is almost completely unfurled now. And it's super, super wee, but that's okay. Yeah, so I can't wait to see what this grows up to be. I'm so super stoked to see that. So that being said, the second one that I ordered is actually my very first Anthirium in my plant journey ever. Before everything blew up, the only Anthiriums you would see would be the ones in flower shops with, you know, the red flowers, and sometimes they were white, but I was never really interested in those Anthiriums. And then I've seen so many others in the plant community where they're, you know, the ones with velvety leaves and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not quite sure. I feel like I would have to be more experienced maybe before I picked up one of those ones. But that being said, I got this Anthirium for, I think it was a decent price. I don't really know because I don't know a lot about Anthiriums. But it's just a wee baby. And this is my Anthirium pedatum. So I'll insert a picture of what this looks like when the leaves mature. But it should be this giant, gorgeous, lobed plant. And the trick will be for me now to keep it alive because I've never owned an Anthirium. I would like to say that aside from increased humidity, that the care requirements will hopefully be somewhat the same as my other aeroids. My dog is whining outside the door. But yeah, so I'm super excited to see this one grow up. And I ordered these before I started becoming obsessed with plants with dark leaves. And if I think back, this plant here, the one that I've been waiting for the past 2 months, is the first plant that I ordered with dark leaves before I fell down the rabbit hole. But I really, really want to see her now. I had almost given up, but they sent it to me, and now it's time to see what it is that we've got. So, ooh, I don't know. This is just going to be a giant mess for me. And if I sound out of breath, I walked to community mailbox to pick this up. It's about 10 minutes away. But that's really how I get my exercise. I did just get an exercise bike though. And so that I don't just die of sheer embarrassment, we're not going to tell you how that went because let's just say that I've been home since March 17th. And your girl's gone squishy. So I got to get back on track. Because without commuting, because I would take public transit and go into Vancouver to work. So that was my exercise on a daily basis. I don't have that anymore. Okay, so packed in our paper. Let's see what we've got. Oh, she's in a pot. Okay. That's awesome. So you're gonna see the scenery behind me change a little bit. If you notice this big girl here, I got her from Walmart on the weekends, and they had 2 of them. $24.99, you couldn't go wrong with that, but they had 2 of them, and I picked the worst one in an attempt to save it. Do you ever do that? You feel like you're doing more good to the one that you picked that's in the worst condition? But it's only because there were 2. If there was like a pallet full of them, I would have picked the best one. But as I've learned with my plants in 10-inch pots, this one, Diosa, my Monstera deliciosa, that I have, my big girl, she had root rot. This one had root rot. I cut all the rotted roots out of it. Repotted it in this pot, which is actually only temporary because there's no drainage in this pot, and that terrifies me. I cut off all the leaves that had the black spots on it, so I'm just hoping I haven't even had it a week yet, so I'm hoping that that's okay. But slowly, you're going to see behind me that things are going to go. Okay, so what I've got here is, I think I said it in a previous video, but this is my Burgundy Princess. For a little while there, oh, your leaves are really, really dirty. For a little while there, I had seen it on the site, and I never picked it up because I thought that, you know, maybe it's just a pink princess that's reverted. Is there actually a Burgundy Princess? Now, looking at it, I'm looking at all these green leaves, but this newest leaf, I don't know if you can tell, but does that actually look like it has variegation? It looks like it to me. So we're gonna see what happens when this one hardens off and stuff. But I don't know, like this, it does. It looks like variegation, just a little bit. But we'll see. If it's not, if it's just, you know, your normal Burgundy Princess. I usually research that stuff, but I really didn't this time. I was just so excited because I'd seen it there over and over and over again when I was looking at stuff. And because I never had an interest in the pink princess, which I don't. It's nothing against the plant. I think it's beautiful. I just feel like it's too much work. But the more I saw it, the more I loved the dark leaves that it had. And I was like, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do pretty much what the other ones at the moment I'm collecting are, and you're going to come out with, you know, this reddish toned leaf, and you're going to harden off to green. I do notice, though, that on the outside, I don't think it'll convey properly on camera, but on the outside, it's tinged with red. And the underside of the leaves, everything, these leaves are filthy. So one of the first things I do when I bring new plants into my home is I take an alcohol, dish soap, and water mixture, and I clean all of the leaves before I usually put them in with my other plants. These ones have dirty leaves too. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This is wrapped in cocoa coir, which I also think is kind of odd. Only because I've never had anything sent to me like this before. I mean, it could be a super normal thing. Oh, there is dirt in there. It feels kind of dry. Oh, okay. So here we go. So this is what it is. Philodendron Burgundy Princess. The care tips are on the tag, so that's awesome. And now that I finally have it, and seeing the way it was shipped, I haven't written them off my list. Oh, I never told you where this came from. So this actually came from Sage Garden Greenhouses in Winnipeg. And I've looked and their prices don't seem too bad. These ones here that came from Rium, their prices aren't bad either, but I would say that they're probably a little bit more on the pricey side. Like this no ID philodendron I got, probably because it was a no ID, was only $25. But look at the size of it. I mean, it's a wee for everything that's small to me is wee. For $25, but I'm confident in my philodendron care, so I'm not worried about this one dying. This one, I believe, was $35, the Anthirium pedatum. Still not so confident of my Anthirium care, but I mean, it's a learning experience, so I'll get through it. This girl, though, I feel like you and the red emerald over here are just gonna have a great old time. But I am really happy that I finally got it. I'm happy that I didn't have to cancel that order. That soil is super dry. I'm so happy I didn't have to cancel that order. And I know that they're restocking. So, who knows? Hopefully the next time I order from them, I can get it a little faster. Because they have a Philodendron imbi there that I want, that I've wanted to order, but I didn't order it because I was waiting for this. And it was taking so long, and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to do it. And now it's probably gone. I should check. Anyway, I have rambled on enough. I have shown you my new babies. So after reading the tag, it says here, Philodendron Burgundy Princess, Zone 10, bright to diffuse light, semi-vining. This plant speaks for itself among collectors. Rare and highly sought after, with dark green to black foliage, developing pink and white variegation. Slow to grow, but eventually becomes substantial. Pink and white variegation. So with the Pink Princess, is it only pink variegation? I mean, it's kind of cool if it has two different kinds of variegation. But now again, I feel like it's going to be work. It's alright. I'll do the work. Let's see what happens. Perfect. So I just wanted to say that I'm super happy that I got this. I'm excited now. I still don't want a Pink Princess, so I'm kind of hoping that's not what you are in the end. But the tag says you're a Burgundy Princess. That's how we're going to treat you. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all safe and well. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, you want to see anything, please put them in the comments. It helps my engagement. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.